good until I got about in my 50s, and all of a sudden everything just starts going bad for the last 2 or 3 years. Everybody every 2 or 3 years, so, and hopefully I'm out of the woods now. But really, I've had a real hard time.
We're just now looking into doing some things for stroke awareness, finding, the right thing that we want to be involved in, because that's really been the most difficult thing that we've been going through.
Man, oh man, he has one bad game. He just gets crushed on social media because he had such a terrible start and because of the way he finished the NLCS.
I'm Greg Murphy.
I'm Sam Stafford.
I'm Todd Zalecki.
This is Ruben Amaro.
I'm Jim Salisbury.
I'm Missy Manuel. Welcome to Phillies Nation, presented by Valley Forge Tourism.
How do they do that?
A vacation in Montgomery County, PA is so affordable, you might lose your cool.
Oh, geez. Don't worry about it. It's free.
Feel free to explore the soldiers' huts.
Free? Yes!
Parking is free!
Free!
It's free!
With so many affordable things in Montgomery County, go ahead. Freak out.
Philadelphia's favorite sports boutique and Wayne's favorite card store have joined forces to create an exciting new experience on the main line. Together, Shibe Vintage Sports and Wheelhouse Cards are offering fans a one-stop shop for throwback sports clothing, cards, memorabilia, and more, all the while supporting small community businesses. Be sure to check out their new locations in downtown Wayne, on Paoli Pike in Westchester, and online at shibesports.com.
Welcome back to Phillies Nation, presented by Valley Forge Tourism. I'm Greg Murphy here at Wrigley Field. You know, every great relationship is based in support, and that is no different for Charlie and Missy Manuel. If you ask Charlie, he will tell you that it was Missy's support that allowed him to recover as quickly as he did from his recent stroke.
We are here at the Reading Phillies, and I'm with Charlie and Missy Manuel, and we are getting ready to watch Charlie throw out the first pitch for Fightin' Cancer Night. Now, you guys are both cancer survivors, and pretty early on in your relationship, you guys had to deal with a cancer diagnosis. Missy, you were first. What was that like?
Right. Charlie was away in Cleveland, and when I got my diagnosis, so for a period of time, I was, just dealing with it on my own, Charlie supporting the best he could, but it was also very upsetting to him being away. Later on, as I went through my treatment, I was able to do treatments in Cleveland and in Florida where we lived, and he was there with me all the time whenever I had to do chemo treatments for that. And then it was 2 years later, Charlie had a cancer diagnosis of kidney cancer.
Now, when you were diagnosed and going through all that, how important was it to be able to be with Charlie and try to keep things normal?
That was very important, and it was just as important for me to almost support Charlie and him being having to be absent just because of his, job that he, the worry. So we just faced it together as a team, and we got through it. And when he had his diagnosis, we got through that as well.
What was that like? Because you guys had to have some joy when Missy went into remission, and then just more bad news hit when you got diagnosed with kidney cancer.
Right. Yeah. When actually, I had another problem outside of my kidney.
So he had another health issue where during the treatment for that health issue at that time, they discovered that he had a large tumor on his kidney. So that was after they made the treatment of the first very serious health, then they immediately wanted to get him into surgery to remove the kidney. Most kidney cancers are discovered incidentally. And when they're discovered soon like that, then you have better outcomes. And because he had this other health problem and they discovered it, he got treated, because kidney cancer can go a long time without any symptoms and you don't have as good outcomes.
So that's almost like it's a blessing in disguise, as if you would never want the other issue as well. But
that's exactly right. It almost was, because it could have turned out much more serious.
Now, Missy, over the years, you've really been the backbone for Charlie through all of his health issues. And it's something that people don't understand, how much pressure it puts on the spouse and helping. So what would you say to other people out there that are dealing with that and are really just putting their focus into their spouse and helping them get better?
Well, I think what I've learned, especially Charlie's post-stroke recovery, was that you really have to do something for yourself, take care of yourself, because no matter how overwhelmed you're feeling, it's always better, even if you're getting lots of support as a caregiver, you need to just take time for yourself too, or you'll be no good to the person you're trying to help.
Now, Charlie, not many people are as lucky as you with a wife like Missy there to be by your side through it all. What's that been like for you?
Actually, Sam, in my lifetime, I've been hurt a lot, really, and and I made a statement. If you was to ask some serious operations you have, I've had most all of them, and I made a statement in the clubhouse one day. I said, the guys were talking to me, and I said, yeah, I said about 2 years, every 2 years. Good Lord throws me a curveball. I must not think I can't think I can get a curveball, and really, health-wise, like I was good until I got about my 50s, and all of a sudden everything just starts going bad for the last 2 or 3 years. Everybody have 2 or 3 years, so and hopefully I'm out of the woods now. But really, I've had a hard time.
Yeah, you've been a fighter, and you mentioned the stroke, and we're seeing everybody was really concerned a couple months ago when it happened, and just for your well-being. And you were saying how you're getting better with all your PT that you're taking. So for everybody wondering, you're still going strong.
Yeah, I think the last couple of months, especially, my speech is definitely starting to come back quite a bit. And I feel good about that. That was what I've been worried the most about. But yeah, I've been feeling good, and I'm a whip this, so I'm determined. So I'll be getting better.
Is anything ever going to stop you from making it out to Phillies organizations and events?
No, because I want to be in the game as long as I can be. Yeah, really, and that's good.
And Missy, you're always right there by his side at everything.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere. I can tell you that. He's tough.
We are here at Fighting Cancer Night, like I mentioned, at the Reading Phillies. Do you guys make it a priority to really come out for cancer awareness and stroke awareness now?
Yeah, I think we're just now looking into doing some things for stroke awareness. Finding the right thing that we want to be involved in, because that's really been the most difficult thing that we've been going through. But I think what's important to us in the organizations that we support is research, cancer research, because that's what we really need. From the time that I had my cancer in '98, there's treatments now that for my granddaughters that may not have been there in the same. My mother died of breast cancer early in her life, and the treatments that I was able to have, that they weren't available to her. So research is what we really strive to bring awareness about too.
And before we wrap up, just how important is it to keep a positive mindset no matter what you're going through?
Yeah. I think it's without that, that's for sure, really. I think sometimes it's best just to get mad.
And I don't blame you.
Stay mad.
Even when it's hard, he just keeps trudging, and he keeps, that's all we can do is just keep going.
Yeah.
Well, I can't tell you, as Philadelphia, I'm sure I speak for all of them, how proud we are of you for the work that you're doing to get better, and we're so happy to see you better, and it's awesome to see you out here at baseball again.
Thank you.
All right, time now to throw it over to Philadelphia's preeminent quizmaster. It's Johnny Goodtimes, and he's got some baseball trivia.
What did the Phillies unsuccessfully attempt to change their name to in 1944?
BetParx online casino and sportsbook. You love to play, you play to win, you bet BetParx.
When you open the BetParx app, you're in the zone. Winning is always a rush, but the money is in the moments. It's the anticipation of another face card, the thrill of an extra spin, and the pure joy of a jackpot. It's all your favorite games at your fingertips. Plus, get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. You play for fun, you love to win. You bet. BetParx.
Phillies Nation is your source for breaking news, original analysis, trade insights, and more. With credentialed access, our team of writers brings you first-hand accounts from your favorite players on today's team, minor league prospects of the future, and Phillies alumni from the past. Join our community and connect with hundreds of thousands of diehard fans through our social media, road trips, tailgate parties, and charity events. Don't miss a thing. Be sure to visit PhilliesNation.com every single day.
Feel free to explore the soldiers' huts.
Free? Yes! Hey, parking is free! Free!
Gotta get your value.
There's no better bargain than a vacation in Montco, PA.
These guys can't get enough.
Welcome to This Week in Philly Baseball History, presented by Shibe Vintage Sports. This week, in 1967, Dick Allen becomes the first player to hit a home run over the 32-foot-high center field fence at Connie Mack Stadium. Just another memorable moment in the Slugger's Hall of Fame career. Celebrate more Philly sports history with clothing from Shibe Vintage Sports, where there's a story in every stitch. Visit them at 13th and Walnut Streets or at shibesports.com.
What did the Phillies unsuccessfully attempt to change their name to in 1944? They tried to change their name to the Blue Jays, but it didn't work.
If you're a trivia buff, head to JohnnyGoodtimes.com to hire Johnny for your next company party or private event. Welcome back to Phillies Nation, presented by Valley Forge Tourism. I'm Greg Murphy. You know, Charlie Manuel will always have a special place in the hearts of Philadelphia sports fans. In fact, our own Mike Schmidt, Hall of Famer, recently said jokingly that he's getting used to Charlie getting bigger ovations at the ballpark when they both return for different alumni events. Our own Sam Stafford continued her conversation with Charlie to talk about a variety of topics, including how he continues to recover from his stroke.
I am here with the one, the only Charlie Manuel here at the Reading Phillies. Charlie, it's no secret that you had one of the most famous, one of the most iconic teams in Phillies history. You guys won a World Series. But this team that we're seeing nowadays, they're setting all kinds of records. They're looking hot and they're starting hot. What do you think are some comparable things that you see between this team and the 08 team?
I think the pitching is just as depth is just as good as we ever had. Although we had at one time we had Holly and Lee and Hamels and Oswald. I think the pitching today is just as good. And I think the bullpen they keep improving. When the season first started, I told Boy that his pitching was going to be real good this year, and so far it's come true. But and then as far as the hitting go, they got some good players. They got Turner, Harper, like Bombs coming to be a good player, and Schwarber, and they can put some runs on you quick. They steal a lot of bases. They got a good game, and it's exciting to watch. And they got a real good team.
Now, we've seen them start hot, like I mentioned. Do you think it's something that can go into October and November?
I think it somewhere, yeah, without a doubt. I think it. When I watch them play so far, they definitely tire up the teams that they're supposed to beat, and you can tell that they're better than those teams. So when they start playing the Atlanta Braves again, the Dodgers and some of the Yankees, teams like that, we'll get a good read on them. But they are definitely one of the better teams in the game right now.
Now, you were a players-focused coach, and it's no secret how bonded you were, and we see that with Rob Thompson. What do you think the advantage of having a player's first coach is?
I think it helps you to relax. I think chemistry will come together. Definitely when you win, you have a lot of fun. I think you're going to have a lot of fun here because we've got our crowd now back now. You know, ballpark's filled up every night, things like that. I see them definitely. I would be surprised if they don't get in the series, really. And they had a great chance of winning too.
One of your famous lines is "It's hitting season." Are you proud of these guys in this lineup and what they've done so far?
Yeah, yes, they've won close games. They win games late in the game, which is a sign of a good team. The pitching and everything, the defense and things good, very good.
Now, they do have a rule where you can replay certain plays that happen on the field to kind of get them right. Do you like it? Do you not like it?
I've never liked that. I think baseball is a game like back in the old days when I was a kid. I remember when the Yankees and Dodgers played, then there would always be questions on the bases and at home plate and things like that. And I think what it's called is called. And you always hear people say, well, if he was actually safe, and you hear a guy, that's the argument part of it, and that's the fun part of the game too. But at the same time I don't set the rules. But at the same time, I like the old way of playing. I like sliding hard. I feel like you should be able to take the second base or the shortstop out on double plays, things like that. For me, the clock rule. What I don't, I like it, some things about it. It speeds the game up some. But what I don't like about it is we got pitchers like on Phillies, for instance. Now they got Junior, Suarez, Nola, Wheeler, Sanchez. And a pitcher's good when he can work the game. What I say, work the game. He can take the game up. He's speeding it up. He can slow it down, and in his command the pitches, like he can command the strike zone at his own time and leisure, and he can relax and things like just to stay focused what he's doing. I think that hurts a pitcher.
Yeah, so you said for a lot of these, there's the pros and cons, obviously. When we talked to Cole a couple of weeks ago, one of the things he did mention was that it took a lot to fire you up, but when you were fired up, you were fired up. And that's exactly what you were mentioning with the replay. It takes that out of it.
I think that people really, I think that people don't really get to know who you are and things like that. I think that I've always wanted a perfect team. And when you did something I don't like, we had two rules on my team. We could hustle and be on time. And I'm going to get you if you break that rule. But that's also then, if I don't like something, then I'm going to tell you. And I think discipline is a big part of it. That's part of being a professional player and things like that. So that's what and so therefore, I would tell you. You did something I didn't like, I would tell you. And if somebody took up to you, and I knew it was wrong, then I would jump on him too.
Charlie, I was reading an article that you did with Philly Mag about 10 years ago now, and one of the questions was, what did you want to be remembered for? And you said winning.
Right.
And I just wanted to let you know that in all facets of life, you are a winner. You have such a great family, such a great wife. You're obviously a winner on the field. You have a World Series ring. And also with your health battles, you persevered through so much. You're such a winner. Is that still what you want people to know, is that you're a winner?
Yeah, I think that's one of the greatest things that somebody can tell you. That covers a lot. That covers about everything to me. And also our players feel the same way. They would have that same attitude. If you could ask somebody today, what was the greatest thing about the World Series? They'd say we won. And people will always remember that we did win in 2008. So yeah, that's a big deal.
I love it. Charlie, you're not just a winner in Philadelphia's eyes, but to all of baseball. You're a true baseball lifer, a true Phillies lifer.
And now a crazy Philadelphia sports story.
A Pennsylvania NFL team earned their championship on the field and then had it taken away off of it. At 10-2, the Pottsville Maroons had the best record in the National Football League in 1925. And as the best football team in the East, they were given the right to face an all-star team of former Notre Dame standouts in an exhibition. Wanting to sell more tickets, the Maroons moved this exhibition game to Shibe Park in Philadelphia, breaking NFL territorial rules at the time. When the Frankfurt Yellow Jackets complained that Pottsville hosted a game in their territory, the league suspended the Maroons and prevented them from claiming their title. The Chicago Cardinals, who lost to Pottsville 21-7, are recognized as the 1925 champions by the NFL.
Parks Casino. This is how you win.
It's summer at Parks Casino, and the weather isn't the only thing that's hot. Slots are hot, table games are hot, sportsbook is hot, live entertainment and restaurants are sizzling hot. And check out the X Club. Join and instantly get $20 free slot play. Plus, we'll match your tiered card from another casino. It's time for some hot summer action at the #1 casino in Pennsylvania. And now 100% smoke-free. Parks Casino, this is how you win.
A vacation in Montgomery County, PA is so affordable, you might lose your cool.
Oh, geez. Don't worry about it. It's free.
Feel free to explore the soldiers' huts.
Free? Yes! Parking is free! Free! It's free!
With so many affordable things in Montgomery County, go ahead. Freak out.
From Octavius Cotto to Connie Mack to Edith Houghton, it's always been about more than baseball in Philadelphia. That's why, in the spirit of those pioneers, Shibe Vintage Sports is a proud supporter of the Anderson Monarchs youth baseball program in South Philly. We believe that it's important to honor the past and also invest in the future. You too can support youth baseball in Philly. For every Philadelphia Stars shirt sold, a portion will be donated to the Anderson Monarchs. Visit shibesports.com.
And welcome back to Phillies Nation, presented by Valley Forge Tourism. I'm Greg Murphy here at Wrigley Field, and it's time to find out what's on the mind of our trio from the Phillies show. Ruben Amaro Jr., Todd Zalecki, and Jim Salisbury, as we head into the All-Star break.
Ruben, you brought up Nick Castellanos, and I just, while you were talking, I just looked up some of his stats recently because, I mean, I don't want to base everything off my Twitter feed, but man, oh man, he has one bad game, and he just gets crushed on social media because he had such a terrible start and because of the way he finished the NLCS. And I just found a 3-hit game he had in May. So from May 19th through yesterday, he's hitting .275, 7 home runs, 25 RBIs, and .815 OPS. And I feel like with Nick, you almost have to just accept the fact that he's going to have some really nice games, and then the bad ones are just going to be really ugly.
I think what's happened with Nick is that there's such a high expectation. He signed such a big contract, right? He signed for big money. So the expectation was that he was going to be a middle of the lineup, protect Bryce Harper in the 4-hole, have 25 home runs and 105 RBIs. And that's really not who he has been for the Phillies. He's had stretches where he's been okay, but he's been super streaky as he's gotten older. And I think that that's sort of part of it. He had a great, certain part of the season last year, makes the All-Star team in the early part of the season, and he sort of fades off at the end. And then really struggles in the playoffs. But yeah, you're right. I mean, the expectation for him is much, much higher than the actual production. But we talked about this in the early part of the season. It's not really how it starts, it's how he ends. And the fact that they're winning baseball games, I mean, that just becomes a plus later on.
If he could continue to build some confidence, because he has the last 2 weeks, he's been terrific. And even before that, as you mentioned, Todd, he's been a valuable, productive bat. I just think, sometimes we remember how the season starts. Well, he's been pretty good lately. He's been contributing. He's a really, really important piece because I still don't think they've made up their mind how they're going to act at the deadline. I still think a bat would be nice to get out there, but I also believe that if he's going to produce and have one of his good streaks in the second half, maybe all of a sudden the plan that they had on day one, which was this lineup's going to be deep enough to carry a Johan Rojas and get the defensive contributions from him while sacrificing offense. If Johan Rojas is indeed going to pick up his defense, then you can maybe do that with a marginal bat improvement in left field, somebody you can platoon. But Nick remains a vital piece on this team, and it's good to see him swinging about it.
Welcome back to Phillies Nation, presented by Valley Forge Tourism. I'm Greg Murphy. It is always great to catch up with Charlie Manuel, and even better this time because we also got a chance to talk to his wife, Missy. Charlie vows that he's continuing to fight back from his stroke and that he is going to get his speech back to right where he wants it. And you know that he has the support of Missy 100%. Terrific stuff. Hey, Sam, what's coming up for us on some upcoming shows?
Thanks, Greg. It was another great show this week, but you're going to want to make sure that you tune in next week because we have the great 2024 Pete Rozelle Radio and Television Award recipient Merrill Reese, and we'll talk to him about the award itself and his longtime career with Philadelphia Eagles. You don't want to miss it. So for Greg Murphy, I'm Sam Stafford, and we'll see you next week.